Joining us now is Bob Herlin, President and CEO of Evolution Petroleum. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Quinn. How you doing?
I'm great, thank you. The majority of your near-term free cash flow comes from your interest in the Delhi field, where Denbury Resources is the operator.
Yes.
When do you expect your working interest to revert, and what kind of impact will it have on cash flow?
Sure. The reversionary working interest, which amounts to about 24% of the total working interest and 19% of the revenue interest, is currently projected to occur sometime this fall, depending on what oil price is and level of production and so forth. In addition to that interest, we also have a 7.5% royalty interest, which we've been continuing to benefit from this whole time frame, which is generating quite a bit of cash flow now. But we're looking at sometime this fall.
And then we're all excited about your first 2 wells drilled in the Mississippian Lime. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your experience in the play and how that compares to other operators.
Sure. We're a fairly small player. We are a partner in a joint venture with a private company called Orion Exploration. And we have, as a joint venture, approximately 12,000 acres, net acres, in the central part of Kay County, which is on the east side of the play. The east side of the play is generally considered to be the oilier side. Typically 50 to 60% black oil content, and the balance being rich gas. We have drilled 3 wells today, 1 disposal well for water and 2 producing wells in the Mississippi Lime. Those wells came in pretty much on target for cost, a little over $3 million apiece. And we're in the process today of dewatering or depressurizing the reservoir, which is what is required for the Mississippi Lime to produce oil and gas. The Mississippi Lime formation is a naturally fractured formation, carbonate, and the fractures are filled with water, and you have to get a lot of that water out of the reservoir for the oil and gas to then migrate out of the rock itself into the wellbore. So we're in that process of dewatering. We've been doing this for a couple of months now. We started off at a fairly low dewatering rate of about 2,500 barrels a day. We've been doing that for a couple of months. The other operators nearby with very similar wells have had good results, but they've been dewatering at a much higher rate, up to 10,000 barrels a day. And so we're gradually increasing our rates, and hopefully we'll have oil and gas rates to disclose to the public within the next month or 2. We are making small amounts of oil and gas now. That is increasing at the same time pressure in the reservoir is decreasing, so all the right signs are there, but we're just not ready to say at this point that yes, the play is working for us or not.
Mm-hmm. Now, your GARP, or gas-assisted lift technology, seems to be gaining acceptance. How did you develop this patented technology, and what are your plans for it going forward?
Sure. This was technology that was developed by one of my people on staff, Daryl Mazzani, my VP of Operations. Daryl was head of production for Anadarko and his predecessor, Union Pacific Resources, in the Giddings Field in central Texas, which is where horizontal drilling was actually first adapted back in the 1980s. And during his time there as head of their production with 1,200 wells that he managed, he got very frustrated with wells that they would lose production and lose leases because the rates that would drop off, and he knew that there's still resource left in the reservoir, but he just couldn't get to it with typical mechanical lift pump. Typically those are set just above the horizontal or the section of the curve, or perhaps slightly into it. You can't go too far because of the motion of the pump, the vertical up and down motion wears in the curve, and you have issues with having to do workovers over and over again and so forth. So he came up with a solution, which is to marry 2 different types of lift. A gas lift, very low in the wellbore, which mobilizes fluid up just a couple hundred feet to the intake of the mechanical pump that's already there. We have this technology patented, and we have started to apply it to a number of joint venture wells, commercially adapted efforts. and it's been extremely successful to date in all the applications. It has taken wells that were totally uneconomic, making no more than a barrel a day, and now they're making anywhere from 10 to 20 barrels a day on a consistent basis. And so we're able to capture what we call the tail reserves that are so important in the ultimate economics of any well. And we think the applications are widespread. We're targeting the top 2 quartiles of wells. So we can't make a bad well a good well, but we can add more value to an existing good well. So we're looking to move this into the Cotton Valley Formation, East Texas, the Barnett in North Texas, and the Bakken in North Dakota. Those are the near-term targets.
Mm-hmm. Evolution is debt-free. What are your thoughts on leverage and risk?
Well, anyone that follows Evolution knows that we're incredibly conservative. We have no debt. Haven't had any debt since 2006. We have about $18 million in working capital. We're generating positive cash flow over and above our capital spendings every month. So we're in great shape financially. And then this fall, when our reversion occurs, then we'll be generating at that time probably $3 to $4 million a month of cash flow, and that will continue to increase as that project continues to increase its production over the next 4 or 5 years. So cash-wise, we're making a tremendous amount of cash and getting more and more liquid, which will provide opportunities for us to take advantage. And that really is the key and the reason why you would like to be conservative financially in your application leverage, because it does give you 2 things: the flexibility to survive bad things that happen in the industry, which happens, and second, to take advantage of opportunities that may come up during that time frame where people are having to sell assets because of bank mandates, because they can't develop the reserves or whatever. That gives us opportunities when we're sitting there with liquidity.
Bob, anything else you wanted to add about Evolution Petroleum?
Just that we have a number of interesting catalysts coming up. Number one, that I already mentioned, is the results of our Mississippi lime drilling activity. If those 2 wells are successful as we think they're going to be, that opens up another 112 drilling locations for us, where we can add reserves that will be very significant to us. We have about 6 million BOE probable reserves associated with that acreage now, but it could potentially be 2 to 3 times that. And then the other major event for us is going to be when that reversion occurs later this year at our Delhi field, and then we'll be, at that point in time, have a 24% working interest plus our override. We'll be generating tremendous amounts of cash flow from that project. And so then the big question is, what do we do with all that cash?
Nice problem to have.
Yes, it is.
Bob, it's been a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you so much.
Bob Herlin, Evolution Petroleum.